fucking smack you down, you know. Call in my ear. Hey, Colin, you got to do how you telling me, man. If a white man punches you, you got to sit back and take it, whatnot, you know. Yeah, I told him, I said, I got a business. I never had to kiss nobody's ass, you know. Oh no.
You always sound dumb, but you don't know that, man. Stop thinking you have monopoly of wisdom.
Mike, you told me that the key to being in America is a black person, you shouldn't fight back and stuff like that. That's what you said.
No.
What'd you say?
You have to know what fighting is all about. You have to understand warfare. What you guys are calling fighting is stupidity. When you're going around protesting and calling white man devils and all that shit, you're not fighting. You have stupidity. Warfare is not only warfare. You have to understand. There are different types of warfare. You understand? If you want to, what I was explaining that day was, listen, if you want to fight white people in America, you have to go with the same way everyone else is doing it. The Asians in America are doing it. The way the Hispanics are doing it. It's economic warfare. You rally yourself. You build yourself. You find independent. You find way where you're self-independent, right? Economically, right? But you guys do this. Oh, we're fighting, we're marching and protesting, and we're insulting them. I said, listen, that's not the kind of warfare. That's what I was explaining that day. But let me land. And you say I'm talking about scratching the ass and kissing ass. And I'll give an example how the Nigerians in America did it. When we first got here, when we first came here, right? We're called monkeys and all kinds of names because we came here poor. Most of us came here in the 80s and 90s. We're driving cabs and they have no economic power, but somehow we kept cool. We didn't start insulting anybody, we just kept cool. We play diplomacy game, diplomatic games, right? We understand the heart of diplomacy, right? We use diplomatic means to kind of allow people not to get in our way of achieving our success and goals, right? But today we say in communities like this, predominantly where it's a large group of Nigerians, we'll find a way to rally and dominate a lot of these sectors. And I give an example of Texas, in Houston, Texas. In the 90s, the whites had the power to stop us from achieving whatever we want. But today, no one can stop us because as a Nigerian, if I get out of college, I don't need a white man. I don't need a white man to get a job. There's a Nigerian in the oil sector that can hook me up. There's a Nigerian in the medical field that can hook me up. That's why I was explaining to you. But you saw it as me telling you you got to kiss ass. That wasn't the point.
Mike, you said you're gonna land, right? First of all, Houston, Texas is a shithole city. It's a real shithole.
No, the whole Texas, and not only Texas. Even if you go to most cities,
Houston is a special shithole city. I wouldn't even claim that shit. It's a shit, nothing there. Fucking rundown cities, shit. They had one flood and the place was freaking massacred by a flood. Don't even have adequate drainage shit. So please don't talk to me about Houston. And second of all, what I was saying,
a lot of Nigerians are building their successes.
Just in the state of Virginia,
nobody can. Listen, the point I'm making is not whether it's cities, whatever it is. But what the point I'm making is nobody today can stop a Nigerian from doing what he wants to do.
Nobody. No, look. Bottom line is this: if you are in America, right? There's black people, white people. Everybody said there's white people that are freaking failing. There's white people that are successful. Like everybody else, But what I'm trying to say is this: first of all, you never see me out here protesting and everything like that. I like this. However, even though I don't agree with the Black Lives Matter protest or stuff like that, I think it's a waste of time. I agree with you on that, right? Part of American culture, right? The society is a society of protest. It's protected by the Constitution.
The only people that protest are black people, man. I don't see Chinese people going on the street protesting, talking about Chinese life matters. Hispanics on the street, Hispanic life matters.
Mike, you gonna set me all the day. First of all, the Chinese are out there protesting against anti-age.
They didn't protest, man. They got in the room with Joe Biden and made the deal.
Hold on. The people are going to the Supreme Court, right, or protesting for abortion rights, right? You have a problem with that?
But this is not a race-based group. It's not ethnic-based group.
Mike, you said you had a problem with protesting. Do you have a problem with
No, I'm not saying let's say I have a problem with protesting. What I'm saying is, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say I have a problem with protesting. What I'm saying is, when you want power, you don't get into protest. That's the point I'm making. If you want power, it's not like going around protesting and crying victims.
Mike, yeah, that's why I said you can never win a debate.
But that wasn't the reason why I came in tonight anyway. So you're taking me to a whole point. I came in about your African discussion. That's why I came in. You know?
Mike. See, you fell right into my trap, man. I set this up for you. You fell right into my trap.
There's no trap. You said it, man. Stop bumping yourself. I see
black
you.
people always protesting, right? Right now.
No, I didn't say black. No. I was responding to the accusation you made about the conversation you and I had a while back on, I believe it was Kazorian channel.
Right. Most of the people who burned down the cities were Antifa, white kids, right? You have the problem.
That's not the point I'm making here, dude. The point is not about protesting. The point is about your strategy in America. That's the point. That was the point. And it has nothing to do with why I came in tonight. Why are you making it all about that anyway?
No, I'm saying because
I just give a response to your accusation and let's move on. Why are we sticking to it?
Oh, we have to clear that up. Let's just clear it up, right? We can move on, right? We clear, right? I don't believe this. The black people's protest, right? Let's say it like this, right? It led to the Civil Rights Act, which actually gave Africans the legal right.
Right. It wasn't a protest. So it wasn't your protest. Do you know what it was? Do you know why? Do you know why U.S. government had to come down and give black people civil rights? Do you know why? Do you want me to tell you?
So in other words, basically, you say.
Do you want me to tell you?
You're saying the March on Washington and all that stuff like that.
That was all bullshit. They didn't have any effect. Let me tell you what happened.
So Mike, you're gonna tell me my own history.
You don't know your history. That's why you think you know shit, but you don't know nothing. The same thing you talk about African history, but you don't know what you're talking about.
So Mike, you're telling me that the March on Washington and John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson saying, "I want to be on the right side of history." So the Selma March and all that did absolutely nothing.
It was bullshit. Let me tell you what really happened.
Oh, the Selma
March. Do you want to hear what really happened?
Selma March is bullshit, man.
Let me tell you what really happened. During that time, the 60s, there was a Cold War going on. The Soviet Union and the United States.
I said this already.
But I'm trying to tell you why America. Listen. But you want me to tell you, or you want to tell me what?
I already know where you're going with this.
Now I'm trying to tell you. Well, you said the reason they gave civil rights because you guys were marching. I'm trying to tell you it's not. No,
I'm saying the back.
But let me tell you why it's not. Do you want me to tell you? In the 60s, was the same era when the 60s was the same era where U.S. government was pandering to African governments and all black people because they had a Cold War going on between them and the Soviets. And the Soviets. And they had to change their attitude towards black people. It was because of the Cold War that the United States government had to change attitude towards black people. It wasn't because we were marching and protesting. White man is not going to give you anything because we were marching and protesting.
Mike, did you hear the conversation Richard Nixon had with Ronald Reagan about Africans?
Say it again.
Did you hear the conversation, the secret recording Richard Nixon had with Ronald Reagan about Africans in the UN?
Yeah. Well, you was talking shit. Exactly. So now I'm trying to tell you that those things that were giving you.
Oh, what did he call you?
He was calling us monkeys, all kind of stupid names. So I'm trying to tell you.
How can people call you monkeys care about what you think when they don't give a shit about what you think?
What's your point? What is your point?
We're gonna make these Africans mad. So what you doing? You're trying to say.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. The white man is not giving you anything. He doesn't like you. He's not going to give you anything because you're marching and protesting.
Mike, have you been listening to the show? Have I ever asked a white man for anything? We're gonna take what we want.
No. I'm not saying. Look, Kala, you're missing the point. I didn't say you particularly asking white man for anything. That's not what I'm telling you. I came on. You started accusing me of telling you that you started bringing up a conversation you and I had from the previous show. Last time you and I spoke on Kazorian channel, right? And the argument was that I'm telling you that protesting and all that shit is not the way. Like asking white man for something is not the way. You have to gain power to get whatever you want. You don't ask anybody for anything. And today you're telling me that protesting work. No. You just trying to convince me that protesting work because in the 60s you guys protested. And I'm telling you that in the 60s it wasn't because of the protest. It was because of the Cold War that was going on.
What I'm saying like this, right? Black people, if you understand something, right? We had the Civil Rights Movement and the Black Power Movement, right?
But let's not get into this, man. Let's focus on the reason why I came here, dude. Like, there's the topic you're talking tonight, talking about the first Black Republic. Dude, we had nations in Africa.
No,
we always had nations.
No, you didn't.
We had ethnic nations.
No, you didn't.
We always had ethnic nations.
You had kingdoms and basically.
Yes, and they are nations.
You have 20 different Igbo ethnic groups. You didn't have a language.
What do you mean? I'm not Igbo, so don't ask me about Igbo. Speak about my ethnic group.
Mike, let me ask you a question. Do you have a written history?
Absolutely. Yorubas have history that go. Listen.
Where's your written history at?
Listen. Yorubas have history that goes all the way back to creation.
Hold up. Where's the Yoruba's written history?
Well, travel to Yoruba land, you can learn the history there.
Oh, no.
That's why I keep telling you, you don't know shit about Africa. You only know the white man account of African history, and you're gonna shove it down our throat as if you know. That's why I said in the chat room, you know nothing about Africa, dude.
Mike, where is your written history?
Go to Yoruba land, you'll learn my history.
Name me the Yoruba scholars of the 19th century.
Go to Yoruba land, you will learn our history there.
You're Yoruba, right?
Dude, we don't listen. Our way of doing things is listen, Kala. You only know the European way of doing things. The way we do things.
So in other words,
listen. Do you know what they call the traditional institutions in Nigeria, in Yoruba land? They are the custodians. They are the custodians of history. We have.
All I know is my black ass was taken on the slave ship, and nobody was powerful enough to do anything about it, you know. So
what's powerful enough to do anything about it? What the fuck are you talking about?
The bottom line is this: my ancestors come from Eastern Nigeria.
Well, that's your story.
Hold on. The bottom line: I don't have no Yoruba ancestors.
You say you come from Eastern Nigeria. I'm not from Eastern Nigeria.
Let me ask you a question. Right? Where is the Yoruba almanac of achievement and everything like that? The Greeks got them. You know?
Yeah. Well, you need to travel there and go learn about the achievements.
How come I can't go to the Library of Congress and find this? You know?
That's what I keep telling you. Your relationship, the way you relate to Africa through European. Listen. All you know, your account of Africa is from Europe.
Let me ask you a question.
Go to Yoruba land. We'll give you history that goes back. Listen, we have education system. That's why. That's far more philosophically advanced than the Western system.
Hold on. Then why was Yoruba land colonized?
We were never colonized.
Oh, okay. So
what's your definition of colonization? Give me your definition. And that's why I keep telling you, your thinking is based on Eurocentric bullshit.
In other words, basically, the British Dutch oil company and everything that's in Nigeria right now, they just
Yoruba land is not the Dutch oil company is not Yoruba nation. It's not Yoruba land. They're in the Niger Delta.
It's still part of Nigeria, bro.
No, Yoruba nation is a nation.
You are colonized, bro.
No, we're not colonized. No.
Yes, you are. You know
what's your definition of colonized? What's your definition?
You were the protectorate. Why did they have to protect?
Protectorate. According to them, no, according to us. No, we're not.
What did you protect? You protect you from yourself?
No. Were we forced to be protectorate or anything like that?
Mike, you have to.
Were we conquered? Were we conquered?
Mike, you have to hold the L historically.
No, we have no hell.
The L. You have to hold the L.
Name a kingdom in Yoruba land that was overthrown or dethroned by the British. Name one. It does matter. Explain to me how I was conquered or colonized.
Somebody in Europe got your country over dinner. Said,
Which country?
They'll say they gave you England, the British. You know, they owned your land.
No, the British forced us to do it. Listen. Let me explain your colonization era. Let me tell you what's going on.
In 1960,
you don't know what you're talking about. See, that's what I keep telling you. All you know, listen. All you know is the. Listen, Kala. This is what you understand. Let me explain something to you. This is what you understand.
Mike,
you understand the European. This is your education here. Your education is a European account of their experience in Africa, and you consume it, and you think you understand Africa.
Mike, does 1 + 1 = 2?
You sound foolish.
No, there's 1 +
your account, your 1 + 1 = 2. Just like I'm telling you, your account, your knowledge is. Listen. Your knowledge of Africa is based on European accounts of their experience on the African continent.
Mike, if a European says in the United States we have 4 seasons and whatnot, is that true or not?
Dude, that's not relevant.
Mike, if the law of gravity say what goes up must come down, right?
Law of gravity is not the listen. The law of gravity is the law of nature. Your argument is not based on law of nature. Your argument is based on law or account of European people. You've been brainwashed.
No, hold on, Mike. What goes up must come down, right? What goes in can also come out, right?
Kala, you're not making sense.
I believe in law, right? Logical.
The law of gravity, the law of nature is different from the law Europeans. the stories Europeans give you that you consume and you believe is that's your conventional wisdom.
Mike, in 1960,
the law of gravity, the law of nature is different from conventional wisdom.
Was there Yorubas at the thing when the Queen of England gave you your own country back or independence or whatnot?
Say it again. Say it again.
The Queen of England gave you your independence, let you guys govern
Give
yourself.
Who?
Nigeria.
I'm not. Dude.
You're Nigerian, man. Don't even try it. You're Nigerian.
listen.
Mike, hold that L, man. Hold the L.
Which hell are you talking about? Did anybody force me to be? Did anybody force Yoruba people to be Nigerian? We're participating in the Nigerian project because we're benefiting from it.
Oh, okay. So, bottom line is, you became part of Nigeria.
But we were never forced to be Nigerians. Kala, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Lagos is in what part of Nigeria? Isn't that Yoruba territory?
Yeah, it's a gift by the British.
Okay.
Lagos, listen, let me explain Lagos to you. Let me explain something to you.
You were colonized.
We will not colonize. What is your definition of colonization? Explain it.
Somebody, in other words, basically, somebody can come in your country, take what they want, do what they want to do, and everything. And also,
no. Kala. Okay, that's your definition.
Mike,
okay, go ahead, finish.
Mike, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. What part of Nigeria is that in?
Say it again.
Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt. Yeah, is in the eastern part of Nigeria.
Okay, eastern part of Nigeria, right? Okay, right. Now, do you know that for the longest time, the British, right, when they were drilling off the coast, in America were drilling off.
I'm not from Port Harcourt.
Hold
Speak about my nation, dude. You need to understand, Africa is not a monolithic society. So when you come here to talk about Africa, as if it was just one group of people that are all the same and all you know, you guys come online to talk about one area where Europeans had a progress or success, and you use it to generalize the whole continent as if, oh, look, they shut up this place, they shut up Africa. They shut up Africa. They conquer Africa. Are you kidding me?
See,
bring your ass to Yoruba land and come and conquer us. And see what happens to you.
Mike, this is what I'm talking about, the Negro-P, the ethno-nationalists like you are. You want to distance yourself from the problems of Nigeria when you're part of Nigeria.
Yes, I have to.
Hold on. Just like my blood is Nigerian, right? I'm taking the L too.
There is no such thing as Nigerian, dude. Nigeria is a project.
If I could hold the L, right? For
which hell are you talking about?
No,
speak to me about Speak about where. Speak to me as me from who I am.
I don't think you understand. I'm not saying hell. I said the letter L. You know, KL.
Loose. The loss, right?
L. The L. Yeah, you got to hold the L.
Kala, what is your point, man? I don't even get it. What are you arguing against?
My point is this, Mike. You got to listen carefully, right? Black people all over the world are holding a big L.
No, all of us. You are holding a hell. I'm not holding no hell.
Mike, you're holding an L.
I'm not. Explain to me. I'm holding a hell. Explain to me. Explain to me.
Nigeria is a fucking failed state right now.
No, Yoruba is not a failed state.
You can't separate yourself. You got to take the whole thing, man.
No. You don't understand Africa. That's why I keep telling you don't understand Africa. Your knowledge of Africa is based on Eurocentric.
Bomani, didn't I tell you earlier about these ethno-nationalists?
You don't know what you're talking about, dude. You're generalizing. Africans, we don't see ourselves as the same people.
So Makoto, where's that at? Where's that at? Makoto, the slum village of Makoto. Where's that at?
So because there's a slum somewhere in Africa means there's no slum in America.
Isn't that,
there is no poverty in America. Oh, you wanna use the poverty going on there as a basis for your.
You're saying that
is there poverty? Name a country in the world where there's no poverty.
Ibadan. Isn't that your
name a country in the world where there's no poverty. There's no poverty in the United States.
No, not that level of poverty. Come on, man. Let's be honest.
Well, it has nothing to do with you losing. It has to do with you not building yourself. If we're not building ourselves,
hold on.
Listen to me, Kala. This is where you're screwing up.
You got to hold the L because Nigeria.
Which hell against who?
The law.
Against who?
Against yourself. You know.
Well, okay, now you got a point there. If you say hell against myself, I can accept that. But if you're telling me hell against the Europeans, then that's bullshit. I'm not accepting that.
No, you got to hold the L with yourself. Why? Because you guys basically, Africa millennials.
We're not in hell. We told you we're not happy where we're from. We're happy.
Here, you know?
Listen, your friend Dennis will tell you when he goes to Yoruba land, he has a good time. The people are happy. The people are happy people. They have culture. They live in their lives. So which hell are you talking about? We're not depressed. Hell on what?
Loss.
No, you believe Europeans conquered you. And I'm telling you, Europeans never conquered me. They never conquered where I'm from.
Let me ask you a question, Mike.
You keep coming here telling us about you want to come save us and things. We don't need save us from what?
Mike, let me ask you a question. Right? This is something that's clearing up to me right here, historically, right? Taiwan, a little tiny country like Taiwan, right? makes billions and billions of dollars selling microchips, right? Microchips, the world, right? Semiconductors, microchips, and everything like that, right? 90% of Nigeria's revenue comes from what? Oil. They only export themselves. Foreign companies.
And before you go further, Taiwan billions money they're making from the microchips based on is due to their hard work. They learn how to build something to build the microchips.
What I'm saying is,
okay.
What I'm saying is, why is it that the Yoruba state couldn't do the same thing?
Well, we're working on getting there. We haven't got there yet. Doesn't mean we can't do it. We are working. Listen. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain. Listen.
I like to come to Yoruba land and you and
Kala. Let me explain something to you. People grew at a different pace. Because listen, you give an example of Taiwanese, right? Taiwanese are more ahead of us in technology right now, and they're progressing. We are coming behind them. Maybe eventually at one point we'll overtake them. Everybody grew on a different pace. China 30 years ago, we're not as advanced in technology as most European countries. But today, Chinese are ahead of the European countries. So don't tell me because I haven't caught up to some people mean I'm losing. No, I'm not losing. The Yorubas, we are sending our people all over the world to acquire intelligence, acquire knowledge. And in fact, we're probably one of the most educated ethnic group on the continent. Listen, eventually we will get there. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean I'm losing, I'm a failure because someone else is ahead of me. No, don't say that. Because someone is ahead of me in technology doesn't mean I'm a loser. Stop telling me that I'm a loser. I don't need you black Americans to be telling us about ourselves. I don't need you to teach me. If you haven't been to where I'm from, start telling me about myself.
Let me ask you a question, right? Now, what is in a you got the University of Ibadan and all these other places, people, a nice building built back in the 60s, man. I like it, man. I like that. What I like about when I look at cities like Ibadan and stuff like that. I like that 1970s feel, man. It looked like it had a lot of promise back then. What the hell? Why'd y'all screw that up, man?
What up? What are you talking about?
Ibadan, University of Ibadan,
It's still one of the best universities. What part of top 5 universities in Africa? Yeah.
Hold up. But what I'm saying, it ranks 8,000 in the world. 8,000 in the world. Now the point I'm trying to make is this.
According to someone else's.
No, but just according.
What? That's what you guys do. That's what I keep telling you. You go by the account of one white guy that posts something on the internet, and you guys go read some story reading about some white guy. You think you've learned about Africa? Go ahead.
Mike, let me land. All right, now, but I'm trying to. You said we're sending people all over the world. Wouldn't it be better to save a lot of money, right? If you basically kept.
We are educating ourselves at home and all over the world.
Why do you have to go to abroad in the?
You have to, Kala. You have to, Kala. Listen to me. There's no Kala. Name an advanced. Kala. Name an advanced empire. They didn't have a diaspora.
Not an advanced empire.
Listen to me. Let me explain.
The money.
Kala, listen to me. To conquer this planet, you need knowledge from all 4 corners of this planet. The way the British name it, the Rome, every empire, even the United States. Listen to me, Kala. You don't let people talk, man.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Even the United States, they send people all over the world to go study, spy on other nations, right? Every British Empire, how they became great, they sent what they call them explorers all over the world to go snatch, spy, and take knowledge from all over the world and bring it home, right? To become powerful, to be able to take on the world. There's no empire in the history of this planet. They didn't send these people out to the world to go study the whole world and then come back and bring the knowledge back home. So you telling me that wait, you telling me that Nigerians or Yorubas going all over the world is stupidity? That's what you guys are.
No, but
they just make me laugh at you guys. Like you guys are dumb. You say what are we doing in Ukraine? What are we doing in Russia? Racism is there. If you want to achieve anything, you don't worry about racism. You go there and take whatever you want and ignore racism and bring your knowledge back home. You need the knowledge of the globe to advance.
Mike, your boy Hush Puppy, in Dubai,
It's not my boy. I say my boy. He's the criminal. But he's quite intelligent.
Mike, what I'm trying
he's
to
a brilliant Yoruba boy anyway. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, like you guys built a city in Calabar, right? To Napa, right? Nobody in Nigeria went to that, right? It was supposed to be a state.
How do you know nobody in Nigeria went to that? And I'm not from Calabar, so
it's abandoned. It's abandoned. That's why.
Let's stick to where I'm from. Let's stick to where I'm from.
But check this out.
I'm not from Calabar.
But hold on, why are you guys going to Dubai, putting all your money in Dubai and everything like that?
What do you mean, you guys? Those that want to go to you. Listen, not all Nigerians are going to Dubai. People, Nigerians go all over the world. There's no country in the world that we don't travel to. What are you talking about?
All over the world. You're all over partying. You're not taking care of business, man. And
no. Few people are partying. Now you saying because those few people are partying, all of us are partying.
All you guys do is party.
How do you know we all party? Have you been to Nigeria?
All I see.
Have you been to Nigeria? All you see on the internet. Have you been to Nigeria, Kala?
No, I'm saying what I see.
And how do you know?
Because I know, man.
Oh, because everything on the internet, right? Internet is where you learn about people.
You know what I'm saying? I go to Nigeria, man.
You haven't been to Nigeria. Go to Nigeria. You find out not all Nigerians are going all over the world partying.
That's what they do in Europe.
That's what some people do.
Ukraine. What do you think they're in Ukraine? What the hell is you doing in cold ass Ukraine, man?
Go there to attain knowledge. Take knowledge. Knowledge.
Worse than I thought.
Knowledge is power, Kala. If you don't know that, I don't know what you know. Knowledge is you have to go all over the world to take knowledge.
Ukraine is a shithole. Why are you?
It doesn't matter, but they still have knowledge.
Yeah, man.
They are very advanced in studying knowledge, so we go there to take their knowledge. Listen.
Like I said,
listen. In the United States, Nigerians are the only people that we attend university where KKK dominates because we don't give a shit about KKK. We go there for the knowledge. We take it. That's how you become powerful, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Power is what's more important. Not all this crying about not victimhood and racism or that you guys cry all about. You need power, dude.
Mike is not my enemy, but my brother, man. It's like I wish. I don't know.
Knowledge is power. Stop! You guys just start criticizing Nigerians are smart enough. We can take care of ourselves, man. We don't need you to be telling us what to do or be advising us. And we're smart. Trust me, we know what we're doing. We don't need you guys to be telling us, oh, we come here to teach you this, teach you. What do you want to teach me, man? Are you kidding me? Do you know? I told you don't know shit about Nigeria. If you come, do you know we have philosophy? Do you know that when they say Socrates is the father of studying philosophy, if you come to, you find out that Nigerian Yorubas already had that philosophy before Socrates.
Really?
Socrates came to Africa to learn.
What do you think about Socrates? He basically said, right, in Nigeria, look at it. He said
his masters were the Africans.
Hold on. I don't know about that.
We listen in Yoruba land. We have an education system that's way advanced, more sophisticated than the so-called modern education.
Socrates said something 2,500 years ago. I agree with. He said,
today.
Let me say this. He said the masses of people need to be ruled by technocracy. They ain't shit. They'll be lazy. He was talking about ancient Greeks. He said they're lazy. You give them handouts, everything. They'll still complain. They'll vote for people. Even if you give them the best government, they're going to want to try to overthrow it and whatever like that. People are never satisfied, you know? And so the bottom line, that's what Socrates said 2,500 years ago. And I'm starting to believe that, you know? I'm starting to believe
that. Since you know so much about Africa, what can you tell me about my Yoruba people? Tell me, please. Tell me my history.
I know the gods, the pantheon. You got Olakan, the Dodowa. You got Ogun, the god of iron, fire, war, which I have Ogun 7. Yeah, Umoja, the gods of the sea and river god.
I know a little bit about the deity. Yeah, what do you know about our philosophy? What do you know about our education system? What do you know about our knowledge, our metaphysics, our philosophy? Do you know about our philosophies?
Hold on. Let me say this, Mike. Let's say Mike Yorubas had a lot of interesting history and whatnot. I studied it and stuff like that. It's beautiful history. You know, I studied about the.
Do you know, Carla? Do you know that the Germans? Wait. Do you know that the Germans and the British were coming to Yoruba to acquire knowledge? They allowed them to advance in technology today. Do you know that?
There's science. No one's gonna argue with that, right? But Mike, we're living in the modern world, right? A lot of your sculptures and stuff like that are sitting in Europe right now.
No, we're not talking about. I'm not talking about sculpture. I'm talking about knowledge here. I'm talking about brain. I'm talking about intelligence. You got a lot of European
sculptures sitting in the British Museum. You can't get back.
No.
You told me that's not true.
You talking about Benin sculptures? The Benin?
Yeah, a lot of sculptures sitting in Europe.
The Benin, not the Yorubas. The Benin, yeah.
Yeah, Benin. Yeah, same.
From the Benin invasion, yeah.
So the bottom line is this. Everybody like this. Why is it that look? This is what a problem like this. You know, you'll never hear me.
And what is your point when you say that? What is your point? What is the point you're trying to make?
Right,
we'll conquer.
All right, let me say this right. Let me say this right. when I talk about Africa and everything, I break African Americans' balls. I make Jamaicans' balls, everything. We all so that's what family do. You don't take it so personally. Oh, you're attacking me as a Yoruba. That's an ethno fool.
No, the way you come to speak as if you're an expert on Africa, and you need to acknowledge the fact that you don't have this scratch
because in your
of knowledge of Africa. You don't. You just know a little bit about Liberia, and then a little bit you read from white people's account of Africa, and you think you know about Africa. You don't know nothing about Africa, man.
30 years. Bottom line is this: when we make stuff like this right here, one thing you haven't heard this conversation said in this conversation is that fact of the matter is, the white people, right? You say let's not be racist, everything. When white people, when we talk about slavery, you know who they put the onus of slavery on? Do you think they take responsibility and everything? They said, you guys, the Yorubas, sold your own people into slavery. It wasn't our fault that we were there with ships and everything and guns, but it was the Africans who sold it. So they take.
Yeah, I mean, they were right. The Africans sold it. Some criminal African. Listen, criminality exists all over the world. They see exists today. Some criminal Africans sold human beings. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
you know, and I know the Africans were coerced into slavery.
Yeah, absolutely. Some criminals, not Africans. No, you can't say the Africans. Some African criminals.
Hold up. Yeah. You will not basically lift a finger, just like you're talking about. You're scared one of your white friends is watching this right now, and you're gonna say, "Yeah, white people." Do you think the white man in Africa is good or bad?
Do I think a white man? What do you mean a white man?
I'm saying that. Okay, what do you think about the white community, the white only community in South Africa? Is that good or bad?
Well, I'm not from South Africa, so I don't know the full. I don't know the dynamic of. I don't know the. I don't have. I've never lived in South Africa, so I'm not in a position to speak.
So what I'm saying is this though. White people. Let me give you an example. Do you know there's Chinese? This is very important, Mike. You gotta listen to this. Listen to this carefully, right? Listen to this. I want you. We want to have some breakaway with this, man. We don't have to part enemies. There's Chinese people live in Japan for 300 years. They're still Chinese. They're never considered Japanese. There are Koreans that live in China, never Chinese. The white people that live in China, people know this, right? Europeans that live in small villages and everything that have been there for hundreds of years, that basically are still Europeans and everything, right? Why is it that the only place in the world where a white person don't even have to be born there, right, can just declare himself a Nigerian, and he's being made a chief? You guys got white Yoruba chiefs over there now, you know?
No, we don't have white Yoruba chiefs in Yoruba land. I don't know where you got that from.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
No, we don't. No.
What tribe was it then?
What do you mean?
I seen.
So you don't know. So you don't know what you're talking about.
White chiefs in Nigeria that were white chiefs and everything like that. He called like this. Why is it a white man can go to Africa and says, "I'm an African"? You guys say nothing.
Are you saying the white guy in China? Listen, here's the deal. I think you need to understand full context of situation before you start generalizing or just making a conclusion. And here's another thing. If you're talking about why is it okay for white people to come to Africa, the same reason why they have blacks in Europe. People today, you yourself said it. We live in a modern world. People, the new world order. People, if you have passports, there are laws that allows you to travel where you want to go to. When you get to communities and you invest in those communities, the people appreciate your investments. They will reward you or award you and things like that. It happens all over the world. It's not only Africa.
Mike, let me ask you a question, right? I'm not trying to embarrass you or embarrass Nigerians, right? There was a lot of Nigerians.
Good luck embarrassing me. Go ahead.
No, look, there was a lot of, because I'm embarrassed too. I'm black. We're all black. I wholly
forget this black thing, man. Listen, this is what I believe. Go ahead.
Let me say this, Mike. Let me say this. Now, in Ukraine, right, there was a Nigerian guy who said that he was on a train to Germany, right, from Ukraine, right, and the Germans pulled him off the train, right, and interrogated him, made him strip down there. That's the most humiliating thing in his life. But I argue the most humiliating thing was when they asked you where you're from. He actually called himself a Ukrainian. He said, "I'm a Ukrainian because I got a Ukrainian passport." So the Germans say, "You're not Ukrainian. You're from Africa. I'm Ukrainian." And I'm saying to myself, and when so all those students out there, you have people in their 40s and 50s, and one lady was a grandmother. She's a student. I'm on a student visa. She was like in her 50s. We're grandkids. As a student visa. I mean, why?
Well, Carla, what you have to understand is that people people, everyone is not the same. There are good people, there are bad people. People, human nature, you find people that are behaving in a very nasty way. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin. Just as you give an example of the German that treat the African guy terribly, I can give you tons of examples of my experience in America where Black Americans have treated me bad as a Nigerian. I can give another African that treat me bad. So here's the deal. That's what it comes down to. It boils down to whether you're a good person or a bad person. Just like you can have that bad German guy that treat the African bad, you also have a good German person that will be nice to the African. I've met Germans. They're very decent. They will never behave the same way that man behave. So
the whole thing is, Mike, this is what I'm trying to say right here. If you get treated bad by African Americans, you know you ain't gonna be treated.
It's not just Black American. It's not because they're Black Americans. Because I didn't see it as him doing it because he's Black American. I see it as him doing it because he's a bad person. I don't judge a whole group of people based on the action of few. You understand? So when you start giving me these, because one white guy treats someone bad, or because one person from one group treats another person from another group bad, so I have to judge the entire group. I have to paint the entire group bad, So that's why I disagree with you.
Hold on, let me say this, Mike. Let me put it like this, right? Are Black people who are nationalists justified to be apprehensive, at least after all these years, towards white people? And I got white friends.
Say it again. I didn't hear you. Repeat it.
Let me give you an example. As somebody who has white friends, I got white friends. But when it comes to like Africa and Black politics and everything like that, that's the line. What I'm seeing now is I see you guys, right?
Who's you guys?
I'll say you and Afro dumbass and people like you. You let white people into the conversation in your polls. You let them in on our stuff. You let white people comment on things and everything like that. Will never happen.
Are you racist? What's wrong with allowing white person
to have conversation with you? They have no business in my organization, but mine's organization. I'm not gonna be any part of any Black Pan African organization with white people.
Well, that wasn't an organization. That was more of that was just conversation.
But what I'm saying, why are they in your intimate conversation talking about different?
There's nothing wrong with anyone coming to join a conversation. Do you know what you can possibly learn from anyone?
No, I can't learn from them. What the hell I need to learn?
You can't learn nothing from white person. See, that's exactly. You can't learn from anyone, right?
No, the bottom line, but not on this. If you know something, I mean, let me put it like this, right? The stuff I need to know from white people, they don't want to tell you. I got to pry it out of them, White people are in on certain things and everything. I learned this.
So all white people are the same. That's what you're saying.
Hold on. I get like this. I noticed this. And I'm gonna tell you something, Mike, because I've been around white people longer than you have, right?
I have a lot of white friends, and a lot of them have helped me out.
Hold on. The bottom line is this: you could be hanging out with them, drinking with them. You think they're cool and everything like that.
I'm not racist.
Hold on, right? But same white people, right? When it comes down to doing business and stuff like that, or something that they need to know, they think you don't know. You're not gonna know.
Listen, how do you know that?
Who invest like you invest?
How do you know my personal experience? Listen, I got white business partners. I have white business friends.
I'm not saying
put me out to games, and they have. Listen, it's a mutual. And the bottom line is this: no one is going to do anything for you.
Somebody could tell you something that could spare you a lot of stuff like this. White people will never go against another white person for you. Now you go take that to the.
Carlo, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you my experience. Let me tell you my experience.
Turn another white person on, turn on you, because you're gonna have conflict with white people one day. Do you think they'll say white people?
You're gonna have. It's human. I've met some white people that are very mean, very terrible towards me, and I've also met some white people that are very decent towards me. And I've met some Black Americans that were nice to me, good to me, and I also met many Black Americans that were just nasty to me. So at the end of the day, when it comes to day-to-day interaction, race doesn't matter. It's the individual. It's the heart of the individual.
So let me ask you a question, Mike. Do you know about the Jewish community, right? Can you think you can go to the B'nai B'rith and all these other Jewish organizations? They got business connection, everything. Can you join them?
If I have something to offer, they will let me in. Yes.
They will not let you in.
If you have something to offer, listen. If I have something, Kala, you know nothing about business, man. You call yourself a businessman. You know nothing about business. Even Bomani probably know better than you. If you, there's no
about the Jews in New York and whatnot.
Kala,
your black ass ain't getting nowhere near them, bro.
Kala, I don't care how racist the person is. If you have something to offer that person, if you have something to offer, they'll welcome you.
They'll take it. You got something.
Exactly.
No, they're gonna take it from you.
No. I'm not dumb enough to just give.
The bottom line.
Kala, listen. Let me explain something to you. If I have something to offer you, listen. If I have something to offer,
let me give an example. A Jewish boy can have his bar mitzvah at age 13. All these kids and everything. I'm from New York. I've been around Jews all my life. These guys did a bar mitzvah. All the people put money into this fund and everything. Start that boy off on his way. Can your son join the Jewish thing and have a bar mitzvah, get a start off in life like his?
The same reason a Jewish person cannot just join my Yoruba group and just come in for just like that. Everybody have their own little section and things like that, tradition and things. We're all different nations, different. But it doesn't mean we hate each other. It doesn't mean it's all about racism.
I'm a descendant under Ma'afa, the slave trade, right? My ancestors were born slave. I have an absolute right to want to be with my own people and everything. Build.
Who's your people?
African Americans and diaspora, Jamaicans, African Americans. They're all my people.
Well, we're all part of human family. I mean, every human.
No,
listen, Kala, let me let you understand something. Human beings are territorial by nature. Kala, let me tell you something, man. Human beings, we're territorial by nature, right?
No, and not Africans, because everybody runs all over the continent. The Lebanese running all over the continent. Chinese.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. Wherever Lebanese goes.
Yo, check this out. I seen a picture of a Chinese guy funneling a little African girl's breast right there and putting it on the world. We're not territorial because we don't.
Oh, a picture of one Chinese guy did something bad. No, all Chinese are doing it, right?
Not territorial. You know, if we were territorial,
listen, let me tell you something.
Ukraine, you will be in Africa right now building instead of going
to
Ukraine. You're not territorial.
He's in Ukraine to fetch for himself. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with an individual to find whatever he found? Whatever treasure he finds in Ukraine goes to get it.
The bottom line is this: Africans are not territorial. I don't know what happened.
No, humans are territorial. No, come to my place. Don't have nothing to offer and think you can just take over. We'll behead you, dude.
Territorial.
Listen,
anybody can go.
All these Chinese you're talking about. Listen, there's no Chinese man that showed up anywhere in Africa that they didn't have nothing to offer and just came. They welcome him.
It doesn't matter.
They welcome him because he brought something.
Then they're gonna take more than what they give.
Africans are not as dumb as you think. You guys, your view of Africa is based on your Eurocentric knowledge, based on how Africa has been presented to you on media and white man's written, racist white person book and all that shit. Africa is not as dumb as you think. Trust me. I'm not saying there are some places in Africa people are completely dumb, but Africa is not a monolithic society. So stop grouping us up. Start giving examples of one tribe where they're not so high in IQ and start to say we're all like that. And I'm trying to tell you, if you want to make a statement about a place, Africa, be specific. Talk about, okay, this ethnic group over there, they're making a mistake or they're doing something dumb. But don't say it's all Africa, dude. Where I'm from, we're not as stupid as some people that you've encountered, you know. So stop generalizing. You know, that's the point. And you need to visit places before you start talking about them. You know, you need to come to where I'm from. Come and experience, and then you can start talking.
All right. Well, Mike, it was great having you. Hey, Bomani, well, we got.
But here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. What ultimate point I'm trying to make is, Mike, at the end of the day, yeah, I agree with you that. Hey, we may
wrap it up. I'm getting tired. I'm hungry.
No. Let me ask you this last question. There's one point I want to make with you. No. What is your definition of Pan-Africanism? I think. What is your definition of Pan-Africanism? That's my one question I want to ask.
Answer that question. I'm tired, right? The Pan-Africanism is, I believe Africans are by race. Pan-Africanism is something that was born out of slavery and everything. White people started this race war. We didn't start it. You act like we're like this. We're only reacting to this shit, you know? They started this one. They went around. Let me give you a story, Mike. Let me give you a story, right?
You say you're tired. I want to give me a story.
Mike, hold up. Mike, let me say something, right? In the Civil War, the black soldiers of 54th Regiment, right? 200,000, right? Fought the Confederacy, whipped their friggin' ass. What did we get out of it? Nothing, right? Black people stormed the beaches of San Juan, right? And during the Spanish-American War, we fought in the Philippines.
But that's their fault, man.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me finish, right? Black men went to World War I, right? The hell of hellfighters, toughest riders. Hitler said, man, he'd never seen warriors like this in life. One soldier take out 6 Germans at one time, easily, you know, like this, save the whole platoon. Black men went overseas and saved France. France didn't even want to fight, right? We saved Europe and everything. We did all this stuff. We get back to America, right? You know how they repaid us? They lynched us and burned us alive in the streets. So
I know these stories, man.
Well, hold on. So please don't tell me about white people, how great you are. I'm going by my ancestors, what my ancestors went through. Just like white people still talk about.
I understand it.
Hold on. hold on. White people talk about the Alamo. Remember the Alamo. Remember Pearl Harbor. But God damn it, remember the lynchings. Remember Emmett
So was
Till.
he all white people that did it? Was he all white people that did it?
The bottom line is this. If I got anger in me and whatnot, I got right to say. I got every right to be.
Yeah, I respect that.
The bottom line is this. Bottom line is this is the problem I have with some of you guys come over here. That's you.
No, Kala. Kala, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
So when I say
let me tell you why I agree with you.
My brother Bomani is my Pan-African brother because his ancestors came here as slaves too. You know, I'm talking about slave descendants. I'm not talking about African immigrants. I'm not an ADOS FBA. I don't believe in that stuff like that. I believe you're a brother. But
no, I'm glad you said that. So you're not on the same page then.
The bottom line, hold on. Bottom line is this: when it comes to stuff like that, when I hear some of you guys talking in Canada's Empire Show, right? You guys don't friggin' get it. You know, you guys don't get it. You still think you're gonna strike some deal with white people and like this. The bottom line is this: white people, on the whole, this is the way we see it. I could be wrong, right? But from what I see right here, it's a global race war, and you got lines are drawn based on race.
Not necessarily. I mean, Ukraine and Russia are the same race of people, but they're fighting each other.
Let me say something, Mike. Let me say something. Let me answer this.
China and Japan are sworn enemy. They are the same race.
Yeah, I know that, but the bottom line, we don't need white people for anything. We need each other first.
Exactly. At the end of the day, I don't think it's all of us. But you don't get the main points, Kala. If you just give me a second to give you the main points. What I'm telling you is, for blacks to work together, it's going to have to be good black people coming together to work together, not all black people, because they are terrible black people. You have to learn to separate them from the. I don't deal with no so it can be race based. So that's why I ask you the question: what is your definition of Pan-Africanism? Okay, because my definition is different.
I'm saying like this.
My definition is.
I'll give you example. Right? This right. If I have the African Corporation, right? It's in Africa Incorporated. I got Liberia Incorporated. Let's say like this, right? Now, if somebody says, you know something, I got these Europeans that want to invest in that, I said no problem with that. But the bottom line is this: it has to be a third party, and the bottom line is Europeans have to state their interest in this, that, and the other thing. Everything has to be split down the middle and everything, like the Japanese do. When you have to have a joint venture and everything. The problem I have is when I see Africans, right? They'll let Europeans sit on the board, they'll sit on a thing, and they'll mingle with the Africans back and forth and everything. And then they'll try to tell the thing.
The Africans, all Africans, or some of them.
I see it right now in the oil industry in Nigeria. You know,
in the oil industry. Oh, you work in the oil industry then?
You in Port Harcourt in the 1970s. You pull out pictures of Port Harcourt, all white Americans and then with their families and living in houses in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. What the hell?
Well, if they had the technology to do this, wait. Stop this thing you keep saying. At that time, if the Nigerians didn't have the technology to extract the oil to do whatever work that needs to be done, and if this company, let me explain to you how the system works.
Hold on, we have black people in America that was extracting oil in Oklahoma.
There was no black people. Why didn't you show up then?
You guys didn't reach out. You guys didn't want to know anything.
So reach out. We didn't know it. No, you didn't. You didn't have. There was no black American company that had the technological.
You have Timothy Highpower, 1978. Started the first black-owned oil company, operates in 7 continents. You know, you had black people in the oil.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't have black. No, stop making up shit, man. You do that a lot. You make up shit. Your black American had this, they had that. You didn't. In the 60s, you didn't have that. You didn't have that major oil company. Black America never owned that major oil company that had the technology.
This is what I'm gonna tell you.
Equipment, technology.
Hold on. First of all, it's not even the oil company because.
And you didn't make me land my points. The thing is, if at that point the people that had the technology to come and do the work I happen to be white people, and the Nigerian needed someone to do the work, whoever comes to bid for it, we give them the contract. It doesn't mean we submit it to them.
Mike, this is what I'm going to kill your argument, right? First of all, at first, those people were drilling off the oil from their platform. They didn't even have an offer. The Nigerian government made them open offices in Port Harcourt, you know? And so, second of all, the whole thing.
How do you know this, man?
That's what happened in history.
Really? You were there? Where did you learn that from? Where did you get that information from?
It's just freaking common knowledge. If you knew your own history.
Common knowledge, really.
You know what I'm saying? If I have,
you want to read some propaganda.
You know how many books on Nigeria I have? I got
books on Nigeria written by who?
Nigeria, you know?
You be reading books written by some white person. That's your problem. You guys consume information you consume account of some dude that just write rubbish, and you think you've got something figured out. You think you have knowledge.
Bottom line is this, right? Those white people that were there, right? There was the people doing administrative work. They didn't have no knowledge, right? All they do is handing paperwork to the government and do like this.
Listen, we make deals. The deals may be bad, but it's deals. They didn't force us.
The drilling platform was a contract, right? We contract you to extract the oil. So there's two separate entities. You could did that yourself. You didn't need those white people.
Did what?
You could do the administrative work yourself. You didn't need.
How did you know we didn't do it?
Because there's no white.
So we're done. We're not doing anything, right? No, we're not doing any administrative work. We're done, right? How do you know that? Were you there?
Oh man, Mike, man, you're hilarious, man.
You don't know. Did the Nigerian government tell you that they were not doing any administrative work?
The Nigerian.
You guys look at Africa from bullshit that presents to you. You think we just these people on the continent just dumb and don't do nothing, and white man just come over there and walk over us and just like that. You don't know what you're talking about, man.
What appears is apparent, man.
Listen, the way you describe us is very insulting, dude. The way you describe Nigerian, the way you describe it is very insulting. Not because I think you hate us, but you describe from a point of ignorance. Because you've never been to a place, never interacted. You don't know, you've never been, you don't know the facts. But you just come based on things you assume, from the knowledge you consume on the internet or somebody says somewhere, and you think you already figured the Africans out. You just, these Africans are doing. White man can just walk over there and take over shit, and colonialism. No, that's not facts.
That's what happened, man. Exactly.
No, what do you mean that's what happened? Based on whose accounts? Have you got the Nigerian people's accounts? Were you telling me?
Was it real peer review study, man? I'm just going.
Peer review study, but you consume. That's the thing with a lot of you African American. You consume so much information from white people. The same way you guys watch Discovery channels and all these things, and you think in the 90s, average African American think everyone in Africa was walking around naked. And I literally used to argue with them. Like, dude, no, we don't walk around naked. No, yeah, you walk around naked. Y'all naked over there.
You're talking about ignorant people, man. I know what I'm talking about.
No, everyone is ignorant to some degree. You're still ignorant too. And I keep telling you, it's the same thing. You may be a little bit more. It's the same thing, the way you talk. You think you got things. Your knowledge is based on what you've consumed from white people's accounts. White people present Africa to you. They tell you, this is Africa. This is what they do. We came there. And you guys consume it and you think got it figured out. When you come and say, you American Liberians came and civilized us in Africa. And you came to Nigeria. That's some bullshit, man.
That's another
Kala, that's the ultimate point I'm trying to make to you. That's the deal, man. Listen. We as blacks or whatever, we can work together as a group to advance. Listen, advance countries. Of course, one thing I agree with you is this: you and Bomani and everybody else. One thing, and the reason why I come on board with you, Dynasty, everybody, is because I believe that the black countries, we can advance, and it would take us working together and things like that. But where I tend to disagree is saying that all person of black race, we all have to be all united. It's not possible. But let me learn. The good people of all black groups, like the good people of black Americans, the good people of Nigeria, the good people of Caribbean, the good people coming together to put ideas together and make things happen. That's my definition of Pan-Africanism. Not the ones you guys are talking about. That if your skin is black, you're gonna have to unite.
The Pan-Africanism just means the unity of black people and everything like that throughout the world.
No, that's not my definition. That's your definition. Because I'm not trying to unite with people like Tariq Nasheed. God forbid. I'm not united with useless human beings like Nakmizi, all those kind of bastards, man. I'm not interested in uniting with terrible black people.
NATO is a pan-European, pan-Euro thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, man. Why do you think
Russia is not part of NATO?
Yeah, but the whole thing is, like I say,
and also, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Finish, and I will respond. Go ahead, finish. Yeah.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. You have do you remember the Bangdung conference? You ever heard of Bangdung conference?
No. Let's focus on the NATO. You do know that NATO. Let me respond to that NATO before you go into that one. Wait, before you go into that.
Mike, hold up. You heard of the 1955 Bangdung conference?
No, go ahead and explain.
Okay. This is Mike. This is your homework assignment, right? I'm serious, man. I'm not joking.
Okay. I'll go look. Okay.
Mike, you come back next week and you tell me about this, right? The Bangdung Conference of 1955 in Jakarta, Indonesia, right? Adam Kwame Nkrumah was there. That basically set the course. The Asian countries said, "Look, we're tired of colonialism." All these Asian countries met, right? The charter.
All Asian countries.
All some African country thing. Matter of fact, Ghana was
including
Kumar was there. He was invited.
Colonialism.
Adam Clayton Powell was there. There was the biggest historic event. It was 10 years after.
Don't say the countries, say individuals, groups.
Hold on. All right. Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore was there. All these countries set up a charter, right?
Those are individuals, not countries.
Hold on. Listen. Shut up for a second. Listen what I'm saying. Yo, look, they set up a thing saying that we have a common enemy, the Europeans, the Dutch, and the Indonesian. Got rid of the Dutch. Every last single statue.
I don't think they said the European. They said the European power base, the governments.
They said neo-colonial and European domination. Within 3 decades, right? You have the Peng Loi group, right? All the infrastructure that was built by Southeast Asian companies, they working together, schools together.
No. Do you know that most of the Asian countries have to work with the Soviets, right?
All these Asian countries,
they have to work with the Soviets, right?
Hold on. The Peng Loi group, right, is a massive infrastructure building, one of the biggest in the world. They build all the roads, bridges, highways, tunnels, everything, stadiums in Asia, right? An Asian corporation, multinational.
Really? And they build all China too, right?
No, hold up. No such. They don't need.
They build China and Japan, right? And South Korea, right?
Hold on.
You don't know what you're talking about, man.
Hold on. The Peng Loi group also has operations in Korea, South Korea, all the Asian countries.
And they build all the old South Korea, right?
Check this out. Hold on. Check this out.
And Japan.
Most of the major infrastructure, Singapore and all this stuff is run by the Peng Loi group. But what I'm trying to say is this. There's many different Asian countries, right, that have multinational corporations. There
is no union among the Asian countries. Stop making up stuff, man. There's no union. Taiwan and China are on the same page. Japan and North Korea and South Korea, they're not on the same page. Stop these old Asian. Come on, man.
In Japan, right, hate each other, but they do $400 billion a year worth of business together. Okay.
Same with every country on the planet. They do business. China, Japan, they do business with countries. United States, Africa, Europe. Everybody do country. They do business.
Nigeria exports is oil, right? And it's
really
80% of Nigeria.
Okay, fine. I get it. We're not there yet. Okay, I get it. But what does that mean? Does it mean what? Do you mean we're stupid?
They came together based on what? Race. It
wasn't based on race. China and Russia didn't come together based on race. Sorry.
Okay. So what was it then?
China and Russia didn't come together based on race. They came together based on interest.
I'm not talking about Russia. I'm talking about China and Japan.
No, you're saying countries come together based on race, but I'm telling you it's not true. People come together based on interest. And if you and I are going to come together, it's going to be based on interest. Listen, if you and I and Bomani and a lot of Caribbean and Black Americans going to come together, it's going to be based on interest. It's not going to be based on race, because just because you're black doesn't mean I have to trust you. I can never trust someone like Tariq Nasheed or Nakmizi, all those useless fucking criminals.
I don't know about that, but
I don't believe in that race thing. I believe in interest. Listen, everybody have their interest. If we're going to come together as black people, it's going to be based on interest, not based on skin color. Okay.
Your race. The bottom line is this.
Forget that race thing, man. Listen, you're more. Listen. Let me tell you something, man. Since I've been living in the United States, right? Majority of my Nigerian community, people that have been murdered or been threatened, even my life been threatened so many times. Majority of people that committed act of violence and even murder against my community has been Black Americans, man, not whites. So what I'm not saying that I hold it against all Black Americans, but what I'm saying is, what the hell are you telling me about this race thing, man? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, you guys are more hostile towards African immigrants than white Americans. So what are you talking about? I gotta be doing this race thing with you. I'm sorry, I don't do these things, man. Like Measley 2 weeks ago says he's gonna blow my brains off when he sees me. White man has never told me he's gonna blow my brains off. So what are you telling me about these? Let's do this race thing.
Just a couple of months ago.
Listen, I can walk with you, but I can never walk with someone like Nakmizi or Tariq Nasheed, all those fucking those bastards, man. Those criminals, those wicked human beings. You know what I'm saying? I can walk with you and diners and good Black Americans. Well, I'm not walking with some useless gangsters and all those bastards, man. Those criminals. I don't believe in this coming together because we're Black. No, if you're a criminal, I'm not coming with you. I'm not uniting with you.
Mike, a couple of last year, a freaking Jamaican guy, thought just like you did, right? Went on a camping trip with some white guys. Guess what happened to him? He was killed, murdered. There, by his buddy.
I'm not saying a white guy out there is not wicked to some wicked white guys doesn't exist. But what I'm saying is wicked people exist among all people.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I would never be friends with a good white person. I have white guys that be my friends for years. Very good people. Look out for me. When I call them, they look out for me. They call me.
Mike, are you single? Are you single?
So I'm not gonna say because I want to do Pan-Africanism. I'm gonna be enemy with every white person I see. I'm gonna hate all white people. I'm not interested in that shit, man.
Mike, are you single or married?
I'm married. So what's the point?
Okay, when you were single, did any of the white guys introduce you to their sister?
Say it again.
Did any of these white guys ever say, you know something, Mike, you're a good guy, man. You know, here's my sister. You can date her.
What the hell? What's the point? What point are you making, Kala? You know, you sound so ridiculous. What the hell? What point are you making?
White people are cool, man.
So every black man introduced me to his sister, right? So every black guy would say, hey, Mike, hey, we're friends, come fuck my sister. So every black man would tell you, come screw his sister, right?
Yeah.
But every human being, individuals have his own individual interest. If a white guy is stupid enough to say, hey, come screw my sister, that's on him.
Maybe he wanted you as a brother-in-law. How come you should?
But at the end of the day, the bottom line is, if the way you present yourself, the way you relate with people is how people are going to treat you. That's what I believe. Yeah, there are people that may, have that nature of just, or their mentality of saying, I just hate this whole group because they look like this or because of their skin color. Yeah, there are people like that. There are many white people like that. I believe they just hate black people because of the color of their skin. Those are sick human beings. But it's not all white person that's like that. And there's some blacks that just hate you because of the way you talk. There's some blacks that will say, I know blacks that hate you.
You should be a lawyer, man.
I know black Americans just hate Africans.
White people
so we hate Africans more than they hate even white men. I know many of them. So does it mean it's because they are black American? No, it's because they're sick. It has nothing to do with their race or their group. This human beings, you are who you are based on your upbringing, based on your indoctrination, based on your mentality, not because of your skin color or because of the tribe you come from or the nation you come from. You are who you are based on your indoctrination and your upbringing and your, state of mind. That's what it is. So I don't believe in this. Now, don't get me wrong, Kalagenesis. I'm not saying there's no issue of our black countries trying to advance and things like that. And we, good black people, come together and find a way to make Jamaica advance, Caribbean countries advance, African countries advance, and black Americans, the society, community advance. I'm on board with that. You understand what I'm saying? That's an interest. That's an idea. I'm on board with that idea. I'm on board with it. But what I'm not on board with is
Let me ask you a question, Mike. Let me ask you a question. We say that the ultimate goal of the black diaspora, as far-fetched as it sounds, right, is to build a new city-state on the African continent that's basically free from colonialism and stuff like that.
Colonialism.
The best minds on the continent. Right now, Africa is still freaking colonized, right? I believe.
Really? Based on what?
Based on the way you talk right now,
What's your definition of colonized? We're not being colonized. The thing is, no.
Let me ask you a question, right? I've seen a video, right, where you have Africans, Nigerians that live in Germany, right? And this fool has called himself a German. He said he was a German. He's, I'm a German.
Well, that's on him. That's on him. That's on him. Does it mean I'm the same way? Does it mean I'm thinking the same way as him?
How is it that African, right? One generation, not even a generation, could lose.
But that's the individual. That's on him.
But it was a whole group of them.
Well, that's them. It's not all of us. That's 200 million Nigerians taking this.
I said to myself, these are the best minds in Africa. They said, yeah,
no, those are not the best minds. Trust me. You think that's the best mind, and you're confused.
Hold up. This is what they're doing. They're bringing the best minds. Like they make Africa.
They're not taking the best minds. Stop. You guys should stop that fallacy.
Africa has.
No, they're not.
You tell me Africa doesn't have a brain drain.
Yeah, we suffer some degree of brain drain, but you can't tell me it's only you can't tell me it's only the brains that are living in Africa. Most of the people that live are actually dummies. You can't tell me those people crossing the Mediterranean Sea, they're all the best of the Africans.
So what I'm saying
let me tell you something, the best of Nigerians don't leave Nigeria. The best of Nigerians don't leave Nigeria. The Dangote, the richest Nigerians are in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying is this, hold up. First of all, Dangote has a monopoly. That's why he's rich,
Not only Dangote, all the richest Nigerians, the billionaires, the second class, the best doctors, the best lawyers, the best. They stay in Nigeria. It's those of us that couldn't compete with the best that leave.
If you put me in Nigeria, right, and said, okay, build industries and whatnot, nobody else, you have no competition, I'll become a billionaire too overnight.
No, you can't. You can't. No, Kala. You cannot survive in Nigeria. You cannot compete with Nigeria based on what I know about you. You're not intelligent enough to compete with the Nigerians. I'm telling you. Maybe in Liberia.
And you know that. But listen, the question I want to ask is this, right? Now, if we're talking about building an African state on the African continent, shouldn't the African be able to compete for the minds of the young Africans instead of them going to Europe and everything like that and say, hey, look, we can come over here and build and live over here instead of going to there. You can study here and stuff like that.
There are many Africans. There are many. Listen, do you know the best of Nigerian students study in Nigeria? Do you know that?
Oh, where?
Listen, what you don't understand is this. Do you know how many universities we have in Nigeria? Do you know how many universities we have in Nigeria?
Well, I do know every time you guys do
how many universities do we have in Nigeria?
Mike, check us out. I do know that every time you guys play soccer, you guys disappear, you don't get back on a plane and go back to Nigeria. I do know that part.
What do you mean? Oh, the poor guy that wants to make it on his own. So that's based on all of us, right?
When it comes down to like, okay, we have
answer the question I asked you. Do you know how many universities we have in Nigeria?
Come on, man.
Do you know how many universities we have in Nigeria?
When are we gonna basically make Nigeria a place where Africans like, I gotta get there? Not just
say it again.
Out.
Say it again.
When are we gonna make Nigeria a place where, like, goddamn, like Danny Samir can't be the only black person in the world that wants to go to Nigeria?
But Danny's love it though. He told you he's addicted to Nigeria. He loved Nigeria. He went there and he fell in love. So what are you talking about?
But
your friend John Cashin went to Nigeria and fell in love with Nigeria. He abandoned America for Nigeria. So Kala, what are you talking about?
32 years and he still hasn't built that
he abandoned America for Nigeria. That's how much he fell in love with Nigeria. That's how beautiful Nigeria is. Nigeria, listen, stop this fallacy. Visit Nigeria, Kala. I will take you around Nigeria. In fact, I will sponsor you, man.
Please.
Spend time in Nigeria. You learn the greatness of Nigeria.
Like 80% of the time in traffic, right? Yeah, that's really what.
Yeah, that's only if you go to Lagos and all that stuff. I'll take you to rural Nigeria. You see wonders. You see magic. I will take you to places that you will be convinced that nuclear weapon is useless. I will show you places where people.
It's all good. Hey, Bomani, I really got to go. Well, Tuesday night we can do a show. Tuesday night if you want to do a show.
I want to do it, Kala. I don't know. I want to do a show with you.
Hold on, Kala. Hold on. Let me play that clip. Brother Mike, appreciate you.
Appreciate you coming. He's draining. Mike's draining. God dang. It's like I went through 12 rounds and shit, man. Like, damn, without warming up first. Mike, I can take Mike, but geez,
All right, yes, Colin, this is what we had said.
Yeah.
Then of course things are only going to improve. But I keep hearing that Africans, they leave and they go to America and this and that. No, you are a financial migrant, yeah, or you are a migrant.
All right, let me start that back over without any interruption.